Hey everyone, I'm Garin Flowers. Babylon uncovers the highs and lows of fame in 1920s Hollywood. I'm joined by two of the stars, Diego Calva and Margot Robbie.
Hi.
So now that you all have acted in a movie of 1920s Hollywood, how would you compare it to the real life 2020s Hollywood?
There are a lot more rules now. I think sets are a little more safer than they were. I mean, what you see depicted in this film is all based in real stories, as far as like directors at that time needing battle scenes and just getting extras off Skid Row and literally being like, we'll give you lunch if you come, here's a sword if you come play for the day. I think the film sets we're kind of used to today, yes, definitely more like controlled and regimented. This is kind of like the Wild West, but they still achieve that thing where you find movie magic moments and you have those. I mean, we had it numerous times in making this film where you're just like, you all get chills and you all look at each other like, wow, we just got something really special. And you get to see that.
Your characters play big. There was a high ceiling of emotion.
Yeah.
So Margot, was that your favorite part of playing this role? If not, what was it?
Yes, that definitely was. I love to go big. I love to go all out. I actually, when it's something that I'm scared to do, if I don't go all out with it, I find it too terrifying to take on. So there were a lot of scenes where I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. And so having Nellie energy kind of is the reason I could do it.
The girl seems nice.
She is. She has no idea what's next.
There's a new sensibility now. People care about morals.
I've never done nothing except disappoint people my whole life. But I made it on my terms, not theirs.
What advice would you give to people with coping when they do have this big life that kind of, has to retire or whatever?
Well, I feel so incredibly fortunate because my career has just been sort of a gradual building. Would have been nice if this was all happening, 20 years ago, but I'm not complaining. But it's always been kind of gradual, and I can't imagine how difficult and painful it would be if you had massive success very young and then it went away or started to just decline. I guess I would just say try to adapt. I mean, it's sort of like, if you're not playing the babe anymore, then you got to play the what is it Goldie Hawn said one time? She was talking about women in Hollywood. This was it's not as true now, but years ago, she said, you're either the babe, the district attorney, or driving Miss Daisy. And she goes, that's the progression.
And your character, you play a Mexican in the movie. What was it like for, folks of color during that time in Hollywood?
Well, I think we've been here since forever. And Damien gave me this beautiful book with a lot of interviews of the pioneers, in different areas of movie making back in the early 30s too. And I realized that there was a lot of Mexicans there, like ADs, like DPs, trying to be directors. But it's amazing because I don't have that face, We were in the background in a way. And it's beautiful there. I could put a face right now of a Mexican successful guy into the movies during the 20s.
I think it's terrifying because in this sense, we have, Lily and myself, we have people that we can look to for advice or as an example, whereas these characters who are based on people going through this transition in the industry for the first time, who are they to look to for advice or guidance or anything? They're kind of just going off of perhaps faith and just kind of finding it as they go along, and that takes a strong amount of grit and fearlessness and just hope that the generations that follow them won't have to go through that.
I did a lot of reading on Anna May Wong's biography, and she's American-born, but she was always regarded as Chinese, and the roles that she portrayed were always pigeonholed into really, really crude caricatures. She was always playing the villain who was killed off. She could never be a leading lady because she was never allowed to kiss her leading man because there were laws that prohibited kissing from different races, and the things that she had to go through. I mean, we've really made a big difference. I know there's a lot of more work to be done, but I really am glad that we are a part of this movement finally, 100 years later.
Absolutely, absolutely. Babylon takes you through a dance on a wild and unpredictable ride in Hollywood. Check it out on the big screen at Cinemark theaters. You can get your tickets at cinemark.com.
When I first moved to LA,
I got your face tattooed on my back.
you know what signs on all the doors read? No actors or dogs allowed. I changed that.
Morning.
Good job for you.
I'll do anything.
That's the jackass they sent to screw us.